So the first topic I'm going to talk about is that the first official Final Season Bloodlines trailer came out, which I'm really excited for this movie. I'm a big fan of the franchise. I love the original movie. It's one of my favorite horror movies. And I've enjoyed some of the sequels. Like, I enjoyed Final Season 2, 3, and 5. 4 is the only one I dislike. But overall, I haven't really loved the Final Season movies since The Wizard. Like, to me, The Wizard had the best main character. And The Wizard just stood out to me personally with the idea and concept. And one of the issues I've had with the sequels personally is that it's just felt like it's just repeating the same formula in the sequels. And one of the things I really love about this trailer is I love the idea of the story of this one, where it's a generational thing with this family, where this grandmother had she was the one that had the visions, premonitions, and she saved like a bunch of people, and now death's coming after her family. And I love that idea because it feels like this one could actually do something different and unique. Like it feels like you still have the fun kills, but it also feels like they're actually trying to change it up a little bit. I also love to see in the trailer where you see the grandmother give this book to her granddaughter, which will tell everything. And you see like a piece of the plane flight from the original, and a piece of the opening from Final Season 2 with the truck and the logs and that whole accident. So it looks like they all going to reference events from the previous movies, and maybe that would be like one of the storylines in the movie where they all kind of connect in some way, which I think could be really interesting too. And I think overall this was just a great official trailer where you get an idea of the plot, and hopefully you get some interesting characters in this too. Because that's one of the things, like I said, that made the original stand out was that I did feel invested in the characters in that movie. And although you don't get too many of the big deaths. I can tell they all going bigger with the one scene where they show flashing back when she's younger and she saves all those people. But that looks like that could be a really cool death scene. And I love the barbecue set at the beginning with the song too. You see these little things with the glass and the cup and just stuff like that. Because like this franchise usually always has a lot of like really fun death scenes, and you can see like hints there towards it. They don't show too much of the. You don't really see too many death scenes in this trailer, but I don't have a problem with that because I feel like they're probably saving it for the movie. And just I feel like they don't reveal too much. I feel like you got enough of the plot. And the idea of just like the granddaughter the idea of this being generation thing where they weren't supposed to exist. I think that just could be really interesting. Again, I really like the idea of this story where I feel like it could do something different with this franchise. Seeing Tony Todd was great. Like I love him in this franchise. He's been a great presence. He was in the first, second, and fifth one. You hear his voice in the third movie when the character's at the park with all the wise, and you see a devil, and you hear his voice there on the on the sign from the wise. So like he does have his like you do hear his voice in like two scenes of that movie. He's not in the movie, but he's been in most of them, so it's great to see his character again. I love his character. It sucks that he passed away, and this was the last thing he filmed. But it's great to just see him, at least see him one more time in a movie. And he was a great actor. I got to meet him at a convention one time, and he was a really nice guy to talk to. And I really just love his character in this movie. So it's great that we're going to see him one more time in a movie. So overall, I think this is a great first official trailer. This is one of my most anticipated horror movies of the year, and I can't wait for Final Season Bloodlines. The next thing I want to talk about is that a 5-minute Superman preview is being shown in Finland, where it's apparently going to be showed in front of the Minecraft movie that's coming out in Finland next month. Which I think that's cool. I'm curious if it's going to extend to other regions. Like, I would love to see it shown in front of showed in the United States in front of when Minecraft comes out in the United States. But it's awesome that it sounds like a cool way to promote the Superman movie, which I'm really hyped up for, and I can't wait to see. And I'm definitely curious what this 5-minute preview is going to be like. Is it going to be like the first 5 minutes of the movie that they're going to be shown in Finland next month in front of Minecraft, or is it going to be like just a random scene from the movie? Like, I'm really curious about that, and if it extends to other reasons, because like I said, I'm really hyped for the Superman movie, and I cannot wait to see this movie. Next topic I want to talk about is that the Snow White movie underperformed. It was tracking to debut between 45, 48. It debuted to 43 domestically, which I talked about this in my past, my last movie talk video where this movie I had a feeling was going to open low because I've talked about all the reasons with the controversial stuff. But the trailer is not looking all that great. Snow White being a much older animated movie that I just don't think it has a generational pop like movies like Aladdin, Lion King, and this is not a good start for this movie. 43 for a movie that costs between 250, 260. It's just like this movie opened terribly, and I'll say this, the audience score, it looks like the audience are enjoying it more, like I said in my past video. Now, I know question fans have like, can this have legs like Mufasa? I don't see this movie having legs like Mufasa. I know there's nothing coming out, and I said in my past video that, yeah, there's a chance it could have legs, but with the reviews it's been getting, critics are tearing it apart, and just a lot of people just don't want to see this movie. I just don't see this movie. Like if this movie takes a big drop off in the second week, I don't see this movie being able to break even personally. I think it most likely will end between 300 and 400, like Captain America: Brave New World. So I know that movie just crossed 400. Was isn't that I think that's going to be the end of what that movie's doing. But with Snow White, I just don't see Snow White having legs, and this is just a really not. It was already opening low, and this is just not a good opening for a movie that costs this much. The last topic I want to talk about is the Mommy movie, which is it's going to be directed by Evil Dead Rise director, has commenced filming. I'm excited for this movie, and the reason I'm excited for this movie is the director who did Evil Dead Rise. I loved Evil Dead Rise. I thought that was a great horror movie. One of my favorite horror movies of the year came out, and I think looking at that movie, if you can make a horror movie that really brings that creepy horror dark style to a mommy movie and make it like a horror movie again, I think that could be really interesting. Like to me, I'm really excited for this mommy movie. I don't know what else this director has done outside of Evil Dead Rise. Like I don't know what the other movies he's directed, but Evil Dead Rise I think is a great horror movie, and that to me is the main reason why I'm excited for this new mommy movie. Like I don't think he's done. Like yeah, he's only done one movie before Evil Dead Rise. But just on Evil Dead Rise, I think he's a great choice based on that movie. If he can bring the same like kind of vibe that movie had to a mommy movie and really get back to making the mommy scary again, I think that could be a really great movie. Because with the mommy, it's like you had the Tom Cruise movie, which tried to do like more of a goofy events of fun tone. It didn't work. Like the Brendan Fraser original movie, I love that mommy movie. I think that really does a great job combining horror with like an adventure, fun, feeling like an Indiana Jones movie. Tom Cruise movie, just, to me, didn't. At the start was bad, and just the tone of that movie didn't work. But I do think maybe with my movie to make it different, I would like to see it kind of go back to like a horror vibe, like where this feels like a horror scary movie. So it's exciting to see that the mommy has commenced production, and I can't wait for this movie personally. With the fact Gavin directed it, Evil Dead Wise. So that's all the movie topics today. Until next time, movie fans.